Hello everyone, my name is Anna Filipova. I'm sorry I can't be there today, but thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to participate in some way in this workshop. I'm originally from Bulgaria. I came to Cape Town in 2015, and I'm in my second year working towards a master's degree in economic development at the University of Cape Town. I am undertaking a research project under the supervision of Professor Mike Morris, which is provisionally entitled Disruptive Energy Technologies and the Transformation of the Energy Sector. And I'm looking at the case of small-scale embedded generation in South Africa. My interest in energy stems from my previous experience in renewable energy as the co-founder and director of a small renewable energy company in Bulgaria. From 2011 to 2014, I gained 3 years of experience in design and implementation of small-scale renewable energy projects in Bulgaria, with a special interest of keeping up with the regulatory requirements and helping clients fulfill these requirements for their renewable energy projects. I've always been excited about the potential of renewable energy technologies to transform the way that energy sectors have been traditionally structured, and this project that I'm undertaking has allowed me to take a deeper look into these implications for the energy sector in South Africa specifically. It has also contributed towards my work as a research assistant at One World Sustainable Investments, where I have been working since August 2016. And energy security is one of the main themes in which I have been intensively involved. I hope to continue to do work in energy security and looking at how energy sectors are being transformed and the economic development implications of this transformation process. And I think that the opportunity to participate in the Young Scholar Program will allow me to test the relevance of my research for government and policymakers, as well as to share and receive feedback from other young scholars. Thank you. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my project, and I want to start by giving you some context of my study. Energy sectors globally are being altered by a variety of drivers, such as power sector reform programs, global commitments to clean energy, and shift towards decentralized forms of energy generation. In South Africa, however, despite several attempts to transform the sector, generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity remain under the control of Eskom. In the context of electricity supply shortages that we've witnessed over the last decades, rising costs of electricity and the falling costs of renewable energy technologies, small-scale embedded generation was increasingly seen by consumers as a way for them to become independent from Eskom and enhance their energy securities. And in the context of this study, small-scale embedded generation are systems of up to 1 megawatt, which are installed at the point of consumption, such as a solar PV rooftop system. And in this context, the absence of a coherent national level policy and regulatory framework means that small-scale embedded generation is driven and regulated at the local government level, and small-scale embedded generation emerges as a disruptive force for the way energy sector in South Africa has traditionally been structured. And government response, both national and local, becomes critical for the future sustainability of the sector. So my project aims to investigate if small-scale embedded generation is perceived as a threat or an opportunity by municipalities with regards to their role in the electricity value chain. And it explores the main drivers and obstacles for small-scale embedded generation from the municipal perspective. And the project does this through utilizing three main theoretical frameworks. First is the value chain framework, which has proven to be useful in analyzing the implications of introducing renewable energy into the energy system. By introducing complex interlinkages between actors, the value chains framework allows for an easy uncovering of the dynamic flow of economic, organizational, and coercive activities between different actors in the value chain. Disruptive technology theory. As a disruptive technology, small-scale embedded generation has the potential to reach a tipping point where it captures a significant share of the market and brings the well-established lead firms to either alter the way they traditionally do business or risk becoming irrelevant. And the behavior of the traditional well-established company in this case becomes the key in determining the outcomes. Finally, the political economy approach is useful because small-scale embedded generation creates threats and opportunities for stakeholders along the electricity value chain, and the approach helps in understanding how these different stakeholders react to it and what conflicts and potential cooperation it creates. And my methodology is based on a set of secondary data from existing sources as well as a set of primary data collected for the purpose of this project in two stages. The first was a number of stakeholder interviews with a variety of key stakeholders such as municipal representatives, private sector investors, energy sector experts and analysts, and a total number of 20 interviews were conducted. In the second stage, a questionnaire was designed based on the data collected during the first stage. And this questionnaire included several different sections and explored the level of penetration of small-scale embedded generation, as well as the importance of the main drivers and obstacles, and whether metropolitan municipalities specifically see small-scale embedded generation as a threat or an opportunity in the context of their role in the energy sector. And a total number of 16 surveys was distributed to representatives at all 8 metropolitan municipalities. So far, 8 completed questionnaires were received back from 5 different municipalities. At this stage, I have considered the data collection process completed, and the data is currently being analyzed. So no preliminary findings are yet available. These are some of the references I've used in the presentation, and I thank you very much for your attention. Your feedback will be greatly appreciated. Please send any thoughts and comments to the email address on this slide. Thank you.